taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You were not as tough as
I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, 'cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
you were not as tough as
Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
you were not as tough as
What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and Word would say, make a better you, a better us.
professional. Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Who am I? I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
So it's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But do me a favor real quick. Hit that like. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Look, man, it's free to you, but it means a lot to me. You can go ahead and do that for me. Hit them buttons for me. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Shout out to the replay. Shout out to the replay. But let me get into the chat. Let me get into the chat. Commander, what up, 9? The lady of the 9. The Minister General of Defense is in the building. My bad, there's all the stuff popping up on my computer. Blocko, Frankie Blocko, what up, bro? Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you, Frankie. What to do with the businesses? Hey, y'all. I got a question, and close to the weekend, so I'm gonna go petty. But I got a question, and it's one of those questions that can be a statement. So it's more of a rhetorical question. But what do your expectations of others say about you? I think we talked about this before, or we talked around it, one of the two. Either way it go, we're gonna get into it. Yeah, what do your expectations of others say about you? Right? Because it does say something. Everything has, if you would say, in a meaning. That's the easiest way to say it. Everything has a meaning. Everything comes up to something, right? So the reason I ask this is I often hear people, well, I ain't gonna say people, but there's a lot of conversation where is should a woman be submissive to a man? And that's one, expectation men may have when they get into relationships. Like the woman has to be submissive, right? But my question is like, why? Like, why? Mr. 33 is in the building. What to do with the business is? What up, man? Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate it. But why? And but to not go that deep, but like what I was thinking, like what we expect from others. Like, why do we expect things from others? There has to be a reason why we expect other people to do this, do that, be like this, or be like, what does that do for us? And in that sense, right, the submissive part always is very rarely, like even talking personal, right? No one can really tell me why it's important for a female to be submissive to a man. Like, wow, why do you need that? What, first of all, think about what I'm asking you, our expectation, what we expect from others, right? So if we expect something from others, it has to be a reason, right? Why we expect that. Especially when we're talking about stuff like loyalty, honesty. Like, why is these things important to us? Because I just want people to be honest. I just want no, like, what does it really do for you? How does that make your interaction or even your relationship better with the person? The expectations you have from. Because I think sometimes people expect things from others and don't really know what it is, um, or why it's even important for 'em. Most people live off cliches. You know what I'm saying? Most people live off of that. They just they expect you to be honest, loyal. They expect, but they're not even honest and loyal. So how you gonna expect something from some others that can't even be expected from you, right? So even from that standpoint, like why, like a person wanting honesty and loyalty when unable to give it, what does that say about them? Is that why they want it from other people? Because they know they can't give it, they can't do that, they can't be that. Is that why? Is it because they never had it before? Is it because of this incident that happened in life and this was lacking? So now I need that to prevent this from happening again. Right? Like maybe it's communication. Using a relationship before where it was bad communication, things didn't work out. After the relationship, you realize like, hey, I could have communicated better. They could have communicated better. We never actually really talked about it. So this time, whoever I'm with, I'm gonna talk to them about it and make it a focal point. It can be that. But what does like asking yourself like when you expect things from people, why? What does it do for you? Because that'll tell you a lot about like understanding persons. For me, like when I don't want to say reading people, but like when you like things like honesty, like when you start learning about people boundaries, you see how they were shaped, especially when a person knows like they know like this is my boundary and I'm sticking to it. Like when they firm, when they're aware of, you can tell how what they expect from people has shaped and molded them. You can see their expectations and their character sometimes. And then you see the opposite too. You can also see the opposite. Like when people who expect the world, but it won't give you a piece of dirt. They expect the world from you, but they won't even share dirt. We've seen people like that. There's more people in the chat. My 33 brother, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee. What up, though, Dee Dee? My bad, y'all. I'm kind of kicked back chilling right now. Talking to y'all. Let me pull up. I gotta pull up the live on my phone. 'Cause I cannot see the laptop, and I am not sitting up. I'm not really sitting up. Okay, here we go. We're good to go. We're good to go. Is that what they deserve? Evening, Rudy. What up, though? Even to the host, my bad. Ever heard the saying, show me your five closest friends, I can tell you who you are. Honestly, I've never heard it. I've never heard it, but I understand it though. I do understand that. Tell me your five closest friends, and I'll tell you who you are. I understand that, but like going back to that submissive part, I notice a lot of times, like if you like with the man who be so strong, like women won't submit. Women, they never tell you why it's important for a woman to submit. They never tell you why it's important. They just tell you the women won't do it. And even women tell you they not doing it and stupid, but they won't. Like if I don't really like the women I know in my life, right? I think they so confident in themselves that they know they only can be with a guy who they willing to submit to. Like a woman with a guy complaining about she ain't submitting, it's like is what about that guy makes you unwilling to submit to him? And once you answer that question, then I gotta ask, well, why you with him in the first place? Like, why you with him? And then I ask people this question too: can they even define what they want? Like people would say, like, I want this girl to submit. Okay, and what if she's submitting and you just don't know she's submitting? You think submitting is like she don't ever talk back, ask you questions, don't challenge you, stuff like that. Like being submissive, like a dog would be like afraid of you. Like you think people may think submissive is like that, right? But the woman is let them lead, letting them lead, but she's just asking where she going. So it can be perception too. Like people ask for something they won't be getting it and don't even recognize it. And then it's like it's a whole bunch of questions I have when it comes to that. Like, um, are you even worthy of being submitted to? Like, do you have the proper tools um in place? Like, what I mean by tool for a woman to submit to, or you just just some average Joe coming off the couch talking about, I want a woman to submit, but ain't giving a reason to submit. Like oftentimes I see that too. I be looking like, shit, I see why women ain't submissive to you. You lost, bro. You can't even lead yourself. Where you gonna lead them? Like this ain't something I think that, is earned. And to be honest, it's like it sounds good and all that. But if you in a working happy relationship, ultimately, like even men, like there's times I'm submissive to my wife. You know what I'm saying? We submit to each other. That ain't something like I don't know. To me, like when I hear is valid reason, in my opinion. I think a man should desire his woman to be submissive towards him. It's valid reason, but most of the time, I look at men like you want her, you want control of her because you can't gain control of self. Like you can't control you, so you have to control something outside of you. Most people want to dominate things because they feel dominated within, or they may be getting dominated in one part. Like maybe this dude going to work and treated like shit. Now he want to come home and reflect or project that onto the wife. I saying that happen. Not saying that's why, but I'm just saying you see stuff like that. You know. So I mean, I always like when a man has that burning desire to be angry and mad. Oh, submissive, submissive. I wonder why. And the same thing for women. Like when I be seeing women so good, I ain't submitting to no man. I ain't no. Usually it's because they've been hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like usually, I never be. I submit to a man. I don't need no man. And that's because she done been through some shit. She was probably being submissive to Pookie and Ray Ray, and they dogged the hell out of her. And now she like, I ain't never been like, no, you just submitted to the wrong person. That's it. You made a bad decision. You just don't submit to anybody, like any and everybody. This ain't. You like Oprah with yourself. I'm gonna submit to you. I'm gonna submit to you. I'm gonna submit to all of you. All you get submission. Like, nah, man, it ain't supposed to be like that. And then you see women all, I never submit to a man. Submit to a man, is stupid. Because all they gonna do is like, God, well, just listen. That's she telling you what she been through. Like, look, man, I ain't trying to piss nobody off or nothing like this, but man, look, women be funny as hell. I be laughing because like when you ask them like relationship questions, you can always tell when they've been through some shit because they give you a scenario and then they'd be very fucking detailed about it. Like even the submissive. I ain't gonna never submit to a man because this what happened. You be submit to a man doing everything you supposed to do. He be taking advantage of you, dropping you off at work, take your car, and you ask like, "Hey, can you come get me for lunch?" Woman, be submissive. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I'm busy. He'll be taking your car. Yeah, I'd be like, what? Hey, okay, that's very specific, and I don't think that's gonna happen to I doubt if it happened to 5 out of 10 people, but yeah, that's okay. Every situation ain't like that. Calm down. You just fucked up, okay? You know what? Like this is what women. Look, this is my advice to a lot of women out there. Right? This is my advice to a lot of women. Right? Listen to me. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't being petty or nothing like that. Look, I understand you've been through some shit, right? You've been through some shit, and you pick some fucked up people to deal with, right? You pick some fucked up ones. Right? They hurt you, they took advantage of you, they don't, right? Every man ain't like, okay? Every man ain't like that. Not even the majority of the men, just the ones you pick are like that, right? So start with a clean slate. You know what I'm saying? Stop picking men. Let some men pick you. And if the man picking you, the same kind of man who you were picking, just chill. Don't pick nobody. Don't let nobody pick you. You don't pick. Change something about yourself. Because the reason you keep attracting those type of people. It's a reason. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason. So now you got to sit back and evaluate the situation. Is it me? Is it me? 9 times out of 10, yes, it's you. Okay? Change you, and you'll change what you attract. Right? And that can be for the men too. But I'm just saying for the women, like women, y'all be, boy, I'll be listening to y'all. Well, men are just like, and you can hear the passion, right? Everything is passion. When we hear that passion, they talking from their feelings and their emotions, and a lot of times they be reflecting on shit as they saying, they be bringing the past into the present, telling you the story. But the reality is this: that's the fucked up people you pick. That's who you pick, man. The quicker I accepted that, the better, the easier it became for me to make right decisions. Right? I'm not gonna sit up here and say all women are like this. All women are like that. Like on the negative shit, I say all women are beautiful. I do believe all women are beautiful. Either on the outside or in, but all women are beautiful. One of the most beautiful creatures God created was the woman. Was the woman, right? So, yeah, I believe women are beautiful. But what I'm telling you, what up, Nine? What up, Riders? Appreciate you, sis. But this is what I'm telling you. All right, you fucked up. Okay, fix it. Sometimes change you. You change what you attract. You even change how you. If you change you, man, you change how you even look. Right? That's how I did. It was just like some women. Like I wanted my expectations for a woman. I got everything what I expected. It just came with extra shit that I didn't want. Right? When I came, my understanding of what I need in my life, because I thought I needed a woman to be like this. I ain't need a woman for nothing. I would like a woman to do this. I would like a woman to do that. Even that aspect, like looking at it like, oh, I need a woman. Like, nah, and that made it easier to separate myself. If we ain't working out, look, like a lot of relationships, man, I tell you, I've been through a couple bad breakups, but I've never been that. I've never been the aggressor in the breakup. I've never been like pissed off, angry. I think I got dumped twice. I got dumped twice. But even when I broke up, I used to break up with people easy, bro. I'd be like, look, man, this ain't working. I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't gonna want you to waste your time, and I ain't gonna waste mine. Cool, just us in a relationship, but it ain't going nowhere. And I don't feel like, that's just how it was. It'd be out of the blue too. It was like once I realized that, then it was like, fuck it, why waste time? But what does what you expect from other people say about you, right? It tells, like, think about what an expectation is. Like, why do we even expect things out of people, right? Why do you even expect things out of people? Like, when I think about me, right? I expect people to, the things I expect from people, what I get from it is a peace of mind. I get to maintain my peace, the peace around me. That's what my expectations. That's what I get from it. That's why I desire it, because I like my peace. I enjoy it. I want to continue to enjoy it as much as possible, but I know I'm responsible for it. Right? I'm responsible for it. So, but me, I got to take care of it. So the things I ask from people or I expect from people is to maintain that peace. It's to maintain that peace. You know, I don't like to be stressed. I don't like to be angry. I don't like to feel upset. A lot of these things will happen regardless, but if I can create where and minimize, if I can create an environment that minimizes it as much as possible, then I'm gonna do that. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. And to do that, I gotta make sure everybody playing along. You know, everybody got the playbook. Oh, what happened? Can y'all hear me? Oh, what is my earpiece doing? Oh, my earpiece tripping. But y'all can hear me? Dolly, what up, though? Phoenix, what up, though? But yeah, people, like I said, people will expect things from people. And it's usually when we have expectations, is we have some desire or something we want from that person. You know, something even if it is, if you think about it, like, well, I don't want to be lied to. I expect you not to lie. Why? Because when people lie to me, it make me feel this way. It make me feel that way. It triggers this. It triggers that. Well, I want this person to be loyal. Why? Because when people aren't loyal, it hurt. You know, when people betray you, it hurt. And I can't be myself. You know, so I mean, and then sometimes people expect it out of people. You know, if it's overtly or covertly, is because they want to control them. They want to have a sense of control over that person or dominance. You know, I don't know if you equate control and dominance or the same thing, but they want some form of control or dominance over the person. So like even understanding that expectation is like, and they feel like I don't know, like you can't force loyalty. You can't force someone to care about you. You can't force love. You know, it's like you can't force trust. That can't be forced. So just because you put high demands don't mean, you know. Hayati, I know that wasn't her laughing. She sounded like I don't even know if y'all heard that in the background. Man, I'm like, what the fuck is that? I thought I had a TV on in the other room. That's my wife in there laughing. That's her butt in there laughing. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Or maybe you saw what other people went through. Or tell me you hang out. It's not who you are. Unhealed hurt. Yeah, so like, but will people but my question, because it's a rhetorical question. I got some rhetorical questions. But one of them is that um like I said, why is it important? Like, can you tell me why this is important? You get this from this other person, or this other person does this or be this way? And I mean, a simple answer because that makes me comfortable. But a lot of times, like I don't. It's so much stuff. It's so much to go into, like expecting things from people. I mean, it's so much to go. Like when I say that, you're like, well, no, it's not. They just got to do. But do you even know if these people are capable of these things? Like you get in a relationship, I expect you to be loyal. Do you even know if they can be? Is that part of their personality, or is this like, are we putting expectations on people that they can't fulfill? I expect you to be honest. Okay, to a liar. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this person even capable of that? That's like if you think about sports, just like you putting the wide receiver at quarterback just because they catch the ball. Like, but do you know if they're capable of throwing the ball, reading defense? Don't like no. You get your expectations of putting people out of position in life, man. Oh, this is common. This is everyone should be. Everyone ain't capable of everything, right? You know, some people they don't do well with pressure. You know, and uh, you you can't put them in a position where it's high pressure because you're not gonna get the best of them. You know what I'm saying? So even in a relationship, man, you gotta like if a person is okay, this person we've been dating, I like this person. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in a relationship, but they not mature financially, right? Maybe they not mature financially. Maybe they not you know. And a lot of times you see that becomes a problem in relationships, financial. You see a lot of problems from people in different areas, even trust. You know, oh, this person ain't affectionate. Well, was they ever? Are they capable of that? You know, so even that, like, if your expectations are, this is what I'm saying. Like, when I'm asking the question, check this out. I'm gonna throw a little curveball at you. So the question was, what does your expectation say about you? Right? So it's some things in your life, right? Like this has to be this way, right? So say, and if it's not that way, you're not going to settle for nothing less. Why? Because that's important to you. So if we are putting expectations on people and we don't even know or unaware if they're even capable of fulfilling that expectation, that's telling us that might not be that important to you. That might not be that important. And sometimes subconsciously you might be set. I think people be setting people up for failure. Well, you know that person wasn't capable of doing that shit. They weren't capable of being like this. They weren't capable of being like that. My wife go keep texting me. I ain't go to the store today, babe. I ain't get nothing sweet. We didn't even walk to the store. Can you hear me? Mm. My wife is one of the people who be texting you in the next room. That's one of them people. Oh, I'm all the way up here. We got typing anything. Pressure bust pipes, but not diamond. Man, not diapers, not Huggies. I'm just playing. But yeah, even that, like, what does that say about you? Putting expectations on people, and you know that is that really that important to you? Because if it was, you would have made sure they was up to par, like they can fulfill this, they're capable of, you know. And if not, then you set them up for failure. I'm giving them an opportunity. Fuck that. No, I'm straight. Mm-mm. Person ain't capable, they ain't capable. Either one or two things. Find something else to do or learn how to do it better. Two options you got, right? I know it. Hold on. Hello? No, you don't. No, you don't. You ain't getting nothing. No, you ain't getting nothing. Nah, you don't try to use that right now. I know. That's why I said I'm not. You go to sleep because you can probably hear it online. Bye. Bye. I hope y'all. I got to replay to see if I heard that. DMG, what up? Why don't you put an order in? So put an order in. I am not going to no store. Not right now. But yeah, I don't even know what I was. She is a nut. I think she is smart ass. I don't even know what I was saying. But yeah, like putting expectations on people, and you don't, and they ain't built to live up to it. Like they ain't built to do it. You know what I'm saying? What does that say about you? But even like what I expect out of people, I know it tells a story about me because I'm very particular about what I need from other people. 'Cause I don't need much, but the things I do, they're important to me, and I can tell you why. I don't think most people can, or if they tell you why, how does it look? You know what I'm saying? Like how like when we even talk about words, words have definitions, but they have meanings also, and the meaning is built predicated on perception, right? How it's used. And then even the word itself, when it's acted out, it has a behavior to it. It has a behavior. So when we think of like expectations from other people, it's like it's so many things. Like when I see that from people, one of the things I look at, like especially when they be passionate about something, I know somebody would be like, "Man, I can't stand liars," and that's all they fucking do is lie. They lie so much, and they need people to tell them the truth because they can't tell the truth to themselves. You know, I hear people talk about I need people trustworthy, right? And then they not trustworthy, and then you see why they desire it so much because they don't have it. Some people need things from other people that they don't have themselves. They don't have it themselves, so they need it from other people. So that tells a story in itself when you hear people vocalize what they expect from other people. A lot of times, what they expect can't be expected from them. Can't be expected from them. They expect people to be trustworthy, but you can't trust them. They expect people to be loyal, but they're not loyal to themselves, or they're only loyal to themselves. You know, they want it from you, but they can't give it back. What does that say about a person? That tells its own story. So me and you got two people expecting the same thing and for different reasons. Right? It's different reasons. It might be important to person A because, like I said, they never had it because they've been without it for so long that they want it now. And then person B because They know how I feel to have it. They know how I feel to don't, and they giving it, so they demand it back. You know, you can have people expecting the same thing but have different reasons why they expect it. And even those things that look different to people. Like I said, like when we talk about being submissive, like a woman being submissive to me, it probably look different than a woman being submissive to anybody else. You know, the way I view it, it may look different. I may be asking for less, you know. Other people might be asking for more, or vice versa. You know, so even that, so like those conversations are always interesting. It'd be interesting when people be crying about it though. It'd be like, man, I'd be like, that shit weird, bro. That shit weird. Yeah, it'd be weird. And I'd be like, well, what is it? So, and then like, do you even, like I said, are you even qualified for what you asking for? I don't think some people qualify. I don't think some people qualify, man. Being honest with you. And then, like, like I'm just telling men, like, if you hear a woman saying, "I'm not gonna be submissive," I don't think they know how to be. So it's like, okay. And then women, like y'all women be funny, bro. Y'all be trying to shame people. Like, don't do that. Men do it too. I ain't gonna single out the lady. I ain't gonna single the women out. Men do too. But people be kind of shameful for not being or complying to what they want. Cause men will do that too. But it be women like, it's mixed with the vision. I be like, man, ain't okay with this fine one who don't. This fine one who don't. Not one who don't. And like, man, the social man, look, I got so much shit to say tonight that ain't got to do with nothing with the topic, just kind of like a little rant. I need to have another one of the nights where I can just come on here and just rant for a minute. But I just hear, uh, I hear a lot of men telling women how they should be, and I hear a lot of women telling men how they should be. And I be looking like, I see why y'all motherfuckers single, bro. Y'all don't know how the shit really go. You know, like being in a good relationship, man, a healthy relationship, it take work. You know what I'm saying? And because you put the work in, you appreciate your spouse or your significant other for putting the work in. That's what make it really work. You know what I'm saying? But if it's only one sided, then people become bitter, bro. You know, that's why they be mad at relationships. Man, look, I love my relationship. Like my wife, she picking and fucking with me now, right? She fuck, she fuck with me at certain times, right? Where she know, like, and that's what we do. We fuck with one another. I fuck with my wife all the time. But she just sit and fuck with me at a particular time and be like, I don't care. Like what she just did. Man, I don't know if y'all heard what she said. I'm like, you did that shit on purpose. You were out there. My wife don't be giving a fuck. She like, shit, we married. I don't care. You mine. So she'll say some wild shit in front of any, but she won't do it in front of my parents. But anybody else, she don't care. She don't care. She be like, shit, let them be jealous. My wife crazy as hell. I love my baby though. But yeah, relationships take work, man. And it's hard. Like I've been in relationships where it was one sided. Like it's me all the effort. And then it's like nothing I do is gonna be good enough. But and it's like, hold on, bro, you doing that shit on purpose. Like I get it now. But like I've been in those relationships, man. That's why I appreciate everybody be like, nah, I ain't fucking nothing up. I'm good. I ain't even go, you know, I ain't even going wild shit to get close to be fuck some shit up. I'm good, bro. I'm good because I mean, you hear people talk about once in a lifetime. Well, I'm right there. I'm good. I'm good. Ain't nothing you gonna say or do make me feel you can't pay me no money because look, money be gone. and that shit spent, and then I got nah, I'm straight. Ain't nothing. I'm good, bro. I'm good. People take that shit for granted. Nope, not me. I was just watching all these videos where these people online be having these ideal relationships, and then you see them popping off, dragging you. You did like, oh, bro. Like, oh, I thought y'all was good, y'all. Yeah, I mean, all relationships have up and down. And I can say I'm truly blessed. Like the hard and crazy stuff that our relationship been through was like me losing my eyesight, her mom and dad passing away. Those was like the tribulations and trials we had in our marriage. Us having kids, but it's just like we've been tag team. I take on the load, then I get tired, I tag out. She come in, she take on the load. She get tired, she tag out. I come in and we work together. Like I go out my way not to argue with my wife because she goes out her way not to argue with me. Like she literally goes out her way. Like even like I joke and play around a lot. If she see me serious, she don't like when I'm serious at all. So she'd be like, "Okay, what's going on?" And she'd just take whatever. Like if I just want to, she'd go, "All right, okay, get it out. You getting so bad? Yeah, okay." You know what I'm saying? If it's something that she don't like, she talk to me about it. She don't get all sassy because I don't like that. I respect people. I'm a very respectable person. I don't like being talked to certain type of ways. She know that about me, so she don't do that. So there's a certain thing. I don't like being yelled at. She don't yell at. If my wife is naturally loud. She naturally loud. If she yell at me, then I know I done did something. Like I did something because like and it has like I fucked up like something. I know I really did something. I think since I've been with my wife, I think she yelled at me like 5 times. I've been with her for some years. Yeah, I think she yelled at me. Yeah, like right now she yelling at me. What? You said what? Oh, say shit. No. Oh, yeah. So my dog going to the groom tomorrow. Um, I gave her a sedative. All right, they told us to give her a sedative tonight, and then one tomorrow. That's what you get. But she like chill. I'm like, why no one so chill? She ain't jumping on me. You keep her chill. Mm-hmm. You said too. Why you taking the whole thing? Can I see them? Nope. You have no. I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. Yeah, you chill, ain't you? No, no, no. Okay, you allow. I'm just checking. Mm-mm. I'm be scratching in my living room. My bad. But I have some slapping. And I'm trying to lose weight. Remember from that tidbits home. No, but I can't eat them. Kind things that slapping. But yeah. So like even watching that, but and I don't know, man. It's like mm, I don't take nothing on. I take everything on here as entertainment anyway. You know what I'm saying? I take everything as entertainment anyway. But I can always tell, like within the interactions with people, if they, you know, how a person they body language. A lot of times, if you watch couples body language, you can tell when they lying about shit and they not. because they don't be comfortable when they come close together. Yeah, like your bodies don't lie. Like you'll see people like they pull back a little bit or something when they supposed to get close to them and shit like that. I like it be oh man, let me be quiet. But I see that. I notice like body language in between spouses. Like you can tell me whatever you want, but your actions tell the story. And it'd be some things that be innate, like when people get close, if they ain't comfortable with a person, it's like a reaction. You kind of jerk away. But just hearing all that, like if people that, like on here, being honest don't pay you. It don't get paid, man. You get paid to put on a show. So a lot of times, people come on here and we talk about the perfect relationship. You know why my relationship with my wife is perfect? Because it's imperfect. It's perfectly imperfect, right? But I can say this about that woman in there. She will go through hell and high water just to see me smile. He would do that, and I do the same for her. I would say that, and it's just about being honest. Being honest with her, being honest with myself. And relationships take work, and sometimes you gotta swallow your pride. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife would tell you, she said, "I don't have an ego." My wife would tell you that. Do I look at the ego different from everybody, but I don't function out my ego. But I am a very confident person. I'm a very confident person, but I'm only confident in what I know. I say that. So I don't get egotistical. Like I can't be egotistical, but I am very confident, and I'm only confident in what I can do. If it's something I can do, then I'm very confident. Will I boast or brag about it if I feel like it? But I'm a very confident person. I don't know what Commander said. Will you advise them to date with the intent to marry or have fun? It's when my kids get to the dating age, I'm gonna tell them date to get to know the person. You know what I'm saying? Date to get to know the person. I think that's what dating is. That you get to know the person. I'm gonna break it down to them like that. Courting is when you in a relationship and see if you can work things out, and then, but if you go get in a relationship with someone, it should be an intent to build towards marriage. Like it should be, but dating is just getting to know someone. Like getting to know, like where I'm gonna put you at. Are you gonna be my friend? Are you gonna be my associate? Or do I see you being like a significant other? But I'm gonna tell them to date with intent. I don't think you should do it if you don't have some type of intent. Just to do it because of a status or to say, hey, I'm in a relationship just to do that. No, I'm straight. Hold on one second. I don't know if y'all can still hear me. I'm about to go get me a pig. I know when I ate one, I was going to another. Well, my mama, I remember my mama put me on this. You ain't get no chocolate, did you? No blueberries. I almost said something. I forgot I was live. I mean, hey, let's be honest, right? This is off subject. Right? Ain't nobody in the back of that, right? All right. Mhm. Um, answering Amanda's question, how does someone know if they're ready for marriage? Um, I think is not just one thing, but I always like I would like the couples I've told this the people that I help. Uh, I will always and I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I have not been successful on this to the point where uh I like either people took heed to what I said or I agreed with people getting married. I but this is I can tell you more or less what I tell people to look for. Like one, no matter what, as long as this person is being faithful to you, are you willing to go through life's ups and downs? Like, is there what conditions do you have that this person has to fulfill for you to, stay with them? Do you see yourself without this person? Can you see yourself without this person? I just don't believe that. I don't know. Like everybody got their own understanding what marriage is. So I guess it's based on the individual. I would have to base it on an individual level because everybody got a different, you know, understanding what marriage is or what marriage means to them. You know, there's some people just think, well, since we've been together, let's just get married. We've been together for 15, 20 years, so why don't we just get married? And you say, well, might as well. You this. But to me, marriage is it's like you shedding your a portion of yourself to add a portion of your spouse. Like y'all merging into one. Y'all merging into one. Some people just look at it as a partnership. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it depends how. Like I told my wife, like when her mom was dying, I'm like, I'm gonna take care of her. She was like, oh my god, I can't believe that you so special. Like, everybody was saying that, and I'm like, this is my mom. I'm gonna treat your mama like I'm gonna treat like we won, bro. It was one beat, one drum. If you bleed, I'm gonna bleed. If you cry, I'm gonna cry. Like we won. We melted into one. So what's yours is mine. What's mine is yours. So I'm gonna treat your mama just like I'm gonna treat mine. Some people in some cultures they look at marriage as ownership. Like you mine, like literally mine now. It's like I don't want to say property, but since we live in a deregulated sex marketplace. So when you tell your children about the option they have, they're just going to basically pick whatever they want to pick. Like for example, so you can pick the path of being married, you can pick the path of being alone. Yeah, yeah. And see, my wife's Middle Eastern, right? So it's like her culture, like the women were raised to be wives. You know what I'm saying? They was raised to go to school and get an education and all that, but they was really raised like you got to learn how to cook, you got to learn how to clean, you got to learn how to iron. You need to do all this for your husband with the intent of doing it for your husband. That's how they raised their girl. You got to know how to do this because ain't no man gonna want it if you don't. They raised their kids like that. They raised their boys like that. You got to learn how to do this because if you don't, ain't no woman gonna want you. They raise their children with uh, if you want to call it skill set or even with the mindset of being in a relationship, being an exception in a relationship, being highly effective in a relationship. So they grow up, learn. I gotta learn how to cook because one day I'm gonna get married. I got to I gotta clean because one day if I don't, the man see me dirty, you know, like I wish all women was raised like that. I went with some chicks with some nasty ass husbands. Like, nah, man. Like what the fuck going on? Y'all women, bro. Y'all wasn't raised to be clean because if you ain't clean, a man ain't gonna want you. You wasn't raised like that. Oh no, okay, no, I'm straight. I'm good. That's nasty. Something else might be nasty. I'm good. Mm-mm. Yeah. So I mean, that's how we raise our. That's how we raising our kids with the mindset of being complimentary. You know, the intent one day of getting married. So even through, but that's what I'm saying. Through those years of dating, I'm explaining to my son like dating is to get to know someone, to see if y'all resonate on that level. Important is building that relationship, and what you're building for is marriage. Yeah, I'm building my kids like that. That's what I'm teaching now. If they follow through, great. If they don't, then and they don't. But that's how I'm building. You know, I want my kids to be successful at everything in life. So it's my job to prepare 'em. It's my job to prepare 'em because they can be single their whole life. They can get relationship. Who knows? But if I give them the proper tools and mindset to be effective and efficient in a relationship, then I did my job. And if they find the right person, then they gonna have a good and they know. I don't want my kids to settle for shit. I don't want them to. I ain't saying they ain't. They babies, 5 and 2. So I can't say they is or they ain't, but I'm teaching them not to settle. Settling is not an option. Mm-mm. I think that's where a lot of people fail at. They settle for shit. Bro. Get what you want and define it and know why you want it. Just don't say you want something. That's part of settle. Saying I want this because everybody else saying it. Like I'm be honest with you. I've said this before. I've never asked a woman to be submissive. I never needed a woman to be submissive. I think it's submission. I think about my dog. That term. Now I want a woman to be trustworthy. I want a woman to be obedient. I want a woman to listen to me. Now, if you call that submissive, well, then call it what it is. So those are things, expectations I have. Those are the expectations I have. I don't think those wild expectations are there. But my wife will tell you she's submissive to me. And I said, if I ever asked you to submit to me, she said, no, that's why I want to do it. I said, well, why you want to do it? She said, because you showed me, basically, to sum it up, because my wife be long winded, bro. You ask her one thing, well, you be talking about 7 different things. Stop talking shit. I know she listens, that's why I'm talking to. But, yeah, I've never asked, but she said, because you don't try to control me, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't tell me where to go, when to go, how to go. And she said, "Well, you say something, I know it's for a reason." And I'm like, "All right." A courting process to help get you guys married, but today the problem with their approach to that constant and trying off most girls is you are direct and they run away from the way. Yeah, like I don't, man. Like this the thing. It's like this is just what I learned, right? The more I said I don't like something, the more examples of it I got, right? So when I start focusing on what I did want, I start getting more examples of that. And you can sum that up when we were talking the other night, law of attraction. Whatever you focus on, you tend to get. So when I used to think women was like this or women was like that, I kept getting examples of women like this and that. But when started becoming open minded, like that's what I started getting more examples of. Yeah, it's gonna be it's a like the culture. I would say like this: the culture in the West don't have don't nobody court, nobody do that shit. They dating is screwing, and dating is like a relationship. When you dating somebody now, I'd be like, that sounds like a relationship, bro. That ain't dating. Well, we was dating, and dating is get to know somebody. You spend time together to get to know 'em. I don't think it's any commitment within dating. There ain't no exclusive contract within dating. And courting, that was the process of what people consider dating. Like DMG said, that the courting is we're building the relationship. Is that atmosphere my guy? Yes, that is atmosphere my guy. My bad, I'm laying back on the couch. I gotta pull up the phone. But yeah, um, hey, yeah, I wanted to rap to y'all about some things. So I got this. I'm building this series, and it's called "The Steps of Emotional Intelligence." Right, and I'm gonna break down the steps of emotional intelligence. Only thing is, it's gonna be members only. So I'm gonna do that probably next week, probably Monday, and I'm gonna go through my process. I'm gonna break down what emotional intelligence is. Then I'm gonna take you through my process. My steps are a little different from the way they explain it or even teach it, And the way I came through with these steps was through practice. And it's like if you look up emotional intelligence, they got the first two parts down pat, but then they start talking about some outside shit. And I like to focus on the inside than the outside. So let's start talking about building successful relationships with people, motivation. I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with emotional intelligence. But, that ain't got nothing to do with, building a healthy relationship. That's like a byproduct of emotional intelligence. That's not emotional intelligence. You building a healthy relationship with somebody. That's a byproduct of emotional intelligence. Motivating. That's a byproduct of it. That's not emotional intelligence. It's not. But don't worry, the word broke it down. Yeah, I give y'all something different. I always present the information from a practical sense, something that you can use anyway. That shit that they got on there is that shit sounds good. But that shit bullshit to me. That shit straight bullshit. Emotional intelligence is building healthy relationships. That ain't no fucking emotional intelligence, bro. Ain't got shit to do with emotional. Well, I ain't gonna say it ain't got nothing to do, but that's a byproduct. And then, like I said, they got emotional awareness. I don't think they delineated well on what that means. They got emotional regulation. That's cool. But then they missing. Then they go to the motivation, the building healthy relationships. Identify. Well, that's part of. You have a duality to emotional awareness. You got you being aware of your emotions, and you recognizing if other people are aware of their emotions, or you recognizing what emotional state a person is in. And like emotional regulation, you able to regulate your emotions, but you also being aware if other people are. And if they are, then you understand how and when to interact with. So yeah, I'm gonna break that down. But it's a members only. It's a three part, so it's gonna be three separate lives. You got a membership, $1.99 get you in. We're gonna do that Monday. Well, Sunday night going into Monday will be the first show. I got that one done already. And then I'm gonna make the other two tomorrow. I just need a couple slides. I don't want to go through. But yeah, so we're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna get back more into some metaphysical aspects because I believe like I like to um take like the woo woo, the supernatural, a lot of the spiritual practices and make them practical in a way where you can actually do it, and it's not like I don't know. You know, a lot of times when people talk about metaphysics, they'll talk about the physical part. They just talk about the meta part. Who's that in the back? Jim Jim. All right, hold on, Jim Jim. I'm gonna let you up. I don't know who you are, but give me 1 second. Jim Jim, what up, though? Oh, they dropped down. I guess they just wanted to P-bomb me. That should be weird, man. Like you said in the back the whole time when you sing the thing up, do you just when you dip out? All right, all right, Jim Jim. Oh, that's sweet. What did I do? Share this link to bring it. I don't know what I pushed, but oh, people. I didn't even know that was the.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Get him out. Ready? Are you ready? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, see you later, Jim Jim. Whoever Jim Jim was. I guess I guess my discernment was on fleek, huh? I guess my discernment. I put the thing up and brought him up on stage, and he dipped up. He was showing himself in the back. We already talked about. So anyway, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We'll talk about. I'm gonna do members only. So I might not be on that much next week because I'm not on the rec, but I'll be. You got a membership. You come have a conversation, man. 'Cause, I mean, you have opportunity to ask questions. We can delineate, but we're gonna specifically be talking about the steps of emotional intelligence. You know, yeah. So we got that, but I want to talk more about metaphysics because I could put it in a practical sense. Like how you can actually benefit from a lot of these concepts, how it works. You know, yeah. So we're gonna do that, and then it's something I've been wanting to do for like 2 years now. Talk about emotional addiction. I've been talking about that for like 2 years. I think did I do a show on that? I don't know. I might have did a show on it. I can't remember if I did, but I wanna really talk about that because like a lot of these I don't know, is it I just see like in today's world, like all the things like I hear people complaining about is really it's not hard to fix, man. I just don't think people aware of things and have the proper tools because a lot of things was a problem for me until I got proper tools, you know. Um, so yeah, I want to discuss more of that. Better use a better action. Making ourselves better on the individual level, that'll make the world better, bro. You know, that'll make the world better. If we become better, then the world becomes better. So I'm gonna do my part. It's me doing my part. Everybody got a part to play. Well, I can't help everybody, but I help people. I don't watch it. I don't usually. tell my wife don't bring sweets into the house. You know, we have kids. They get a couple sweet things. I take them to the store, let them get some chips and little stuff like that. But when you start bringing shit in like donuts and shit like that, they bored on it. So I'll be like, don't bring it into the house. Not just for them, but mainly for me. Mainly for me. I'm trying to eat all that shit, but I will. We having a monkey ice cream, man. Has an X because it's a high failure rate. Yeah, I totally understand that as well. Mm. Well, that culture exists, yeah. Man, it's mm. Even when I'm coaching people, especially in relationship. One of the things I always ask, like one of the first questions I ask is, do y'all understand one another's culture? And oftentimes they say, yeah. So then I start asking questions that actually identify your culture or the identity of your culture. You know, when I start asking these questions, they like, people think culture is based on race, and it's not. It's not. Culture has nothing to do with your race. Culture is your set of beliefs that you were raised with, your religion. So you'll have people of the same race but have different cultures live right next door to each other. You know, I'm being honest. Poverty is a culture. If you grow up in poverty, that developed beliefs, a way of thinking, a way of doing things, a way of believing things. Poverty is a culture. Where people grow up, with high society, that's a culture. They develop different beliefs and shit like that. Culture can be in your, I mean, it has a lot to do with your environment. So you would hear me say I'm a backwoods boy. My culture is a lot of it is backwoods shit. That's why I like nature so much. That's my culture. Redneck hillbilly. That's a culture. Just like the hood. And then you got different hoods. So in each hood, the culture may be different. Even the politics in different hoods. That's part of the culture, the policies. So when I asked that question, the couple was like, "Do y'all understand one another culture?" That has a lot to do. Like have y'all talked about when y'all have kids, how the kids gonna be raised? Like a lot of these people come to me when they want to get married, and they be having little problems, and a lot of it comes from the cultural belief. When they haven't really sat down and had that discussion to actually identify the differences and find a middle ground. Like I understand a lot about my wife's culture. She understands a lot about mine. So when some things happen, we go lean more towards on her understanding. When other things happen, we lean towards more my understanding. But we had that talk. in that conversation, we saying how our culture had we had a lot of similarities, and we build on those similarities. And the differences, we had a clarity with the differences. Okay, this is different. Well, this will work out better, so let's do it this way, or that'll work out better, so let's do it that way. I like this. Let's add this. You like that? We can add that. We had that conversation because, like I said, when I look at marriage, I look like we coming together. Like, so we got to figure out how to fit these puzzle pieces together. Ice cream. Mhm. So just having those conversations about even this. Like I don't. I This is another question. Do you know what she want to do in the next 5 years? Do you know what he want to do in the next 5 years? Oh, we ain't talked about that. Why not? Make sure y'all going the same way. Shit, you might be thinking about moving out of the damn country, or moving out of state, or going back to school or something. But this person trying to be solidified doing this or doing that. And they wasn't expecting within 2 years that because you want to go back to school, the income was going to change. So they was expecting to do this, or they wanted to, y'all got to have that conversation. That's just 5 years. And that's a conversation. Like me and my wife, always we had that conversation every other year. How do you see the next couple of years? What you want to be doing about what? You want to do this? You want to be where? You want? We had that conversation. And that way, y'all on the same page. That's the whole point. Stay connected, right? That's the whole point of a relationship is being connected. So to stay connected, you got to make sure communication in all areas of the relationship, in all areas. And even what is a marriage to you? What do it mean to you? Might mean something different to you than mean to me. That need to have that conversation. And even the expectations, you know, that's a main thing I ask them. Do you know what they expect from you? Do you know what have y'all had that a lot of people don't even have that well, it should be common sense. No, it shouldn't. We different because of that culture, upbringing, we might expect different things. And we ain't communicating that then I gotta get there's a fly in here, bro. I think I hear a fly. Did I hear a fly? I'm tripping. Nah, I think it's a fly mile. Probably kids were going in and out the front door today. That shit is annoying, that fly. But yeah, that'd be one. Is that the ice machine? I don't know. Hold on one second. I think it's not weird as shit. Hmm. I'm gonna wait to put it on there. setting where it makes extra ice, so it's just flipping ice right now. It sounds like somebody was holding the ice machine down. So she put it on that setting where it makes, the ice faster or make extra ice. But yeah, just having those conversations, man. As issues, what are the expectations? That's what people like. What is the expectations you having people say about you, and what do it say about other people? Like I said, I think it could tell a story. It could tell a lot. About other people. It could tell a lot about yourself. You've been out here for about 25. Now let me get my butt off there, man. I'm about to go chill. My bad. I'm kind of laid back today. I'm in chill mode. Like ain't nobody come up rapping with me. I'm about to get my behind off here and relax and watch the movies The Wife off tomorrow. Me and Commander go do a review show. We're gonna start over here and then we're gonna go over there to Petty Vision. So come through. Big Commando will do her thing. We'll watch some clips, do some reviews. We'll have some fun tomorrow. We'll have some fun. And then I got that members only coming. So definitely $1.99. I'm gonna get some more memberships as soon as I'm available to. So hopefully, some of the regular people get it so they can catch that show. But yeah, go but yeah, yeah, that and all that. But yeah, let me get my behind off there. But y'all know what I always say, care about how you feel. These conversations to build nations. And if we say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.
And do it for the 9.
What up, 9?
Acknowledge me!
They've been telling y'all love, and I came to tell y'all right. The way you feel influences the way you think, and the way you think dictates the actions you take.
You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I won't ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.